We went over a few web application scanners, in previous lessons. We went over burp, we went over Nicto, and a few others, right? Another one that I'm actually going to introduce to you is the OWASP ZAP application proxy, or ZAP for short. And basically, it is a web application scanner that is completely free. You don't actually have to pay for it. It is maintained by the folks at OWASP, so it has a lot of back-end infrastructure whenever for support. So it's not a dead project, and it actually has tons of features. It has its own version of a repeater. It has a fuzzer. It even has APIs that actually you can interact with the scanner itself programmatically and automate a lot of your tasks. And it can, do a lot of things that, that burp actually does, like, of course, a proxy. You can actually use it to look for things like SQL injection, cross-site request forgery, cross-site scripting, and so on, right? Now, to be honest, yes, my opinion is that burp, the Pro Edition, does have more capabilities as a point-and-shoot scanner, right? But if you're actually going to do a deep analysis of a web application, this is an amazing tool, the OWASP ZAP scanner. Now, in this screen that I have here, I actually have the scanner already completed. These scans can actually take, even if it is a very basic scan, it can take, several minutes, if not hours, depending on the complexity, right? So as you actually can see in the screen, I do have, a lot of resource coming back from the same server that we launched the attacks using burp, the 10.11.13 server on port 88. And it, of course, found tons and tons of different things, right? So we actually see, of course, that the active scan has been stopped or finished. It's 100%. And the number of requests is 190,833. So definitely it's not a very stealth scan. So, you will get caught by a blue team, right? So in case you actually are doing this and you want to actually be a little bit more stealth, you actually may not want to send an active scan to the server, right? Because it will be very, very verbose. And talking about verbosity, if you actually go to analysis or analyze and go under scan policy manager, you actually see a default policy, right? You can create your own as well, right? So I'm going to modify the default policy. And as you see in there, we actually have the default attack strength set up to insane in this case, but by default it's actually medium, right? So, and this is actually the number of attacks that will take place against that web server, right? So down below in the category, it actually tells you what is the default threshold. You can also promote and demote any of those categories, like information gathering, injection, server security, client browser, and many others.